Hello there. I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. What I'm doing is basically, a lot of times it's called woodland photography. But I tend to call it nature photography. And basically this kind of photography can be really difficult to do because if you go into like a wooded area, there's so much, I mean, if you look around, there's so much going on. It's hard to pick a subject out. So you have to kind of find little small kind of sections and kind of section it up. But right now what I've got is I've got a tree here. I don't know if you can see it that well, but it comes up and it's got a split basically in the middle, kind of a hollowed out area. And there's a limb that lays across it. If you look, it's from the tree itself, it broke off up above. And what I've got this at ISO 100, f/16, and I'm at 1/6 of a second, but I need to check that. Okay, the light is changing. So now I'm at 1/3 of a second. We're going to go ahead. I'm on a timer, I do believe. 10-second timer. And then what I want to do is I want to kind of play with this a bit. I want to raise the camera up, kind of try a second shot, same exposure, but I smacked it, but kind of a higher perspective. 10-second timer. And then if you look over here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little like barren tree with a ton of cattails, or whatever you want to call it. They look like cattails to me. The light is hitting them really nicely. And so what I want to do, I'm at 1/5 of a second, f/16, and ISO 100. I want to focus a bit. Let me take it off of autofocus. I want to go to manual because I want to get these little plants. That's what I'm after. So f/16, ISO 100 at 1/5 of a second, 10-second timer. So I found another tree. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of leans back. The bark is bare most of the way. It's got some bark down at the bottom and the rest of it is stripped. And it's got a canopy of leaves from itself and from other trees that surround it in front of it and behind it. And what I've got, I've positioned it in such a way that you have there's a tree in front of it to the right that I think that I have basically cut off, but possibly not. And then there's like a part of a tree to the left of it that pretty much sits straight up. Now these might end up being kind of a distraction, but this area is very chaotic. It's very difficult to find clean compositions here. And so I think this will work. And I'm going to take this shot. I'm at f16, ISO 100, 1/5 of a second. Again, a 10-second timer. We're going to take that shot. I've got some wind, but f16 should handle it. I found some type of pipe. It's coming up out of the ground here. It's not exactly nature, but I'm going to take a shot of it because it's interesting. And what I've done is I've positioned it to the right hand side, kind of a third of that area. I've got this tree coming in across the top. We're going to take this shot, 1/5 of a second, f18, ISO 100. This shot, what I've got is I've got a fallen tree. I don't know if you can see it or if it will come out in the picture, but you can see the roots down here. There's a big rock in that root, but more important to me, there's dappled light in the front of the log and along the top of the log, but back behind the log and slightly underneath the log, we've got quite a bit of light hitting all around there, and I think that looks really good. And I am at 1/4 of a second, well, 1/5 of a second now, ISO 100, and again f18. My settings have not changed. This is 10-second timer. My settings have not really changed that at all, except maybe the shutter speed slightly. You don't need it. The light is fairly consistent out here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off of that live view. I'm going to focus it again. Adjust my shutter speed. And I'm at 1/4 of a second. And I'm going to take that shot again, because I did not like what it looked like in the viewfinder. I think my focus was off. So Well, that's it. I'm going to roam around and see if I can find some more pictures. If I do, I'll put them at the end of the video. I haven't decided whether I'll be putting the photographs that I took today in the video as in consecutive order, you know, as I took them, or if I'll show them at the end. You'll find that out when you watch this video. But I appreciate you coming along. It's been a good day. Later.